Hi guys, my name is Sam. I am the resident film critic for the Commonwealth Times. I write film reviews in Sam's Take, the column that's within the Spectrum section. And today I decided I was going to try something a little bit different. I'm going to try and do a video review. And I thought, what better way to kick off this new sort of experiment than with probably what is one of, if not the biggest summer blockbusters of all time, Avengers: Infinity War.
The entire time I knew him, he only ever had one goal. To wipe out half the universe. If he gets all the Infinity Stones, he can do it with the snap of his fingers.
Now, this has been a culmination of over 10 years of films, starting back with Iron Man back in 2008, I believe, and moving all the way up to now, where we have the third Avengers film, bringing in over 20 different characters into one film. And the question on everyone's mind seems to be, can they make it work? And I'm happy to report that they have. Marvel once again has made an insanely entertaining, well-made, just well-acted everything film. So to get a little more into that, the film deals with Thanos as the big villain that has been hinted at for the majority of the Marvel films, and well, now he's the full-on villain this time, and he's trying to get these things called the Infinity Stones and put them into the Infinity Gauntlet so that he can then take over the universe in his own way. I don't want to describe how, it might get a little bit too spoilery. He's doing some bad stuff. So now heroes from all over the Marvel universe have to all team up in their own way and take down Thanos. And that is sort of the highlight of the film, are these team-ups, these little character interactions. Seeing Doctor Strange and Iron Man talk to each other and try to outsmart each other. Seeing Thor, this all-powerful god, interact with the Guardians, and especially dealing with Star-Lord's character, who his man-childness clashes very well with Thor's very masculine nature. And those scenes are very fun, they're very well done, they're very exciting and interesting. And they sort of serve as this big payoff for over 10 years of build-up, and in my opinion it works out very well. But we also have really great action scenes. These characters have a lot of little great dynamics with each other, where they will all team up with each other, they'll combine their powers to take down Thanos and his army. And it's all really exciting to watch, and it's all really inventive and creatively done. And to talk a little bit more deeper about Thanos himself, Josh Brolin's performance as Thanos is incredible. He's menacing, but he's also sympathetic as we get more of his backstory, where he is a type of person who isn't doing what he's doing to be evil. He's doing it because he thinks it's right, and he doesn't care who gets in his way. He will do the right thing, and it's very compelling and interesting to watch. And he has some very sympathetic moments, even if he's the ultimate bad guy, which is really fascinating to watch. And also, Thanos early on establishes the stakes of the film, that no one is safe within the first 5 minutes. 2 major characters are dead, kind of telegraphing the audience, hey, anyone can go, be prepared. And so that gives these action sequences and these moments a lot more impact and weight, and this sense of sort of dread, because we've all been building up to this one moment, and we know someone has to die, but we don't know who. And then when you kind of get to the film and find out who is dying, who isn't, well, it's gonna shock a lot of people, as it did in my audience. People were losing it in the last 5 minutes. Also, an amazing thing is the pacing. The pacing is very well done. We don't spend too much time with just one group. They all get a good amount of screen time, where we spend a lot of time with one set of characters, and then a lot of time with another set of characters. And you never forget about the other characters. There never seems to be anyone who doesn't get a moment. It's a very perilous balancing act, and yet they manage to keep all the plates spinning. If I had any criticisms at all, the CG, the computer animation at times can be a little iffy. Thanos is great. Thanos was clearly what they put a lot of their money and time into, but some of the environments, some of the other characters in Thanos' army are a little bit too CG, definitely taking me out of the film. There's one cameo, don't want to spoil it, you may already know it, but there is a cameo in the film, really took me out of it, where it's a very funny idea, and I myself would not have missed out on doing that. I can't take this moment seriously, even though it's a very serious and intense moment. And then finally, I think it's just the way it ends. To discuss more would be major spoilers. but I feel like the ending could have more impact if we weren't in our current context, if we weren't in our current culture, where the way the movies are advertised, where we may not know what's going to happen in Avengers 4, we may not know what's going to happen in the next series of films, but we can guess who's going to stay alive, and we can guess who will be returning just by the fact that it's very easy to find out who is going to be in the next films. So that gives the final moments that are supposed to be very intense, very heartbreaking, not as heartbreaking, and it really does suck, but in the moment it really gut punches you, and the film does a great job of capitalizing on that in the most genius, bold way that I never thought I would see in a big budget Hollywood film, but here we are. And I guess I also want to reiterate that this isn't all doom and gloom. I'd say the majority of the film is very funny, and in fact the comedic dialogue, for the first time in a while in a Marvel film, got on my nerves sometimes, where there's definitely a lot of really intense, dramatic things happening and someone just has to crack a joke. But beyond that, Avengers Infinity War, I think, is definitely worth seeing in theaters. And admittedly, if you are a fan of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, you've probably already reserved your ticket or are planning to see it, so I don't need to convince you. And if you are not a fan, then you probably don't even care. But I am happy to say that Marvel has pulled it off. They've been pulling it off for 10 years, and you know, they're going to keep setting these benchmarks, and I think it's no film has yet to be bad, and it's just shocking every time they do something really ambitious and it's not bad. All right, well, thank you guys, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.